Welcome, everyone. Here we have our great client, Surab, who's been in our program. Surab, for how long now have you been
Uh,
with GW?
Already about probably about 5 to 6 months.
5 to 6 months. Love it, love it. And throughout
Mhm.
that time period, you've already been able to raise capital at 0%, which is what we're going to cover in this video today, as
Yep.
well as the fact that you've been able to jump into a first flip. So
Mhm.
yeah, give a bit of context to the viewers and people watching this video about your experience in real estate before joining the generational wealth plan and kind of your experience, raising capital before, like, kind of just give them an overview of your past experience in real estate.
Sure, sure. No, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think as I'm trained as a doctor and I want to be an investor and I'm learning to become an investor as well. And we're always taught that real estate is a great investment, and I
Mhm.
never really understood what that meant. And when I personally tried to do a real estate investment on my own back when I lived in Canada, I actually lost, over $50,000 on that project. So,
Yeah.
I did my best. I created a great house, but I wasn't very scientific about it. I wasn't really I didn't have the right mentorship at that time, and I didn't really even think about, the purchase price versus the after rehab value. So things that I've learned, I didn't think about it back then. But since I found GWP, it's been an amazing journey, and it's been happening so fast, and it's been going so smoothly because there's just support, there's mentorship, there's oversight, there's people who can kind of see the next steps ahead of you. And also there's an amazing access to a great network of people in the finance industry, in real estate, people who are working in construction, people who know about the legal aspects of real estate. So all the resources are available here in this really solid community. My experience so far has been very positive
Yeah.
because I used to I live right now in California, and we started to buy a house in Florida. Our first flip with GWP was in Florida. We closed in end of January, early February, and the project's went really well. Somehow, even though we're across the country, other side of the country, thanks
Still
to the team's
managing
support. Yeah, there's co-management, so the team's been helping us. So the team living in Florida has been helping us look after the house, look after our contractors, oversee the project, oversee our blueprints and plans and everything. So there's been a lot of collaboration, a lot of support. And so that's helped us to actually feel confident to take that plunge, to take that jump into real estate, even though we're managing it remotely. I think another thing that I really have enjoyed about this experience with GWP is that I used to think I had to spend all the money out of my own pocket to be
exactly.
able to buy and flip a house. And, of course, it's very expensive, when you have other living expenses too. But thankfully, thanks to this group, they have helped me learn about ways to get financing. They've actually held my hand and done almost all the application, all the work when it comes to getting financing. So they're able to get me
How much? I'm sorry to interrupt there, Surab, but how much were we able to raise you? Like,
literally in about 2 or 3 days, we were able to raise $75,000, and the
nice.
cards were delivered to me, within the next 5 business days. So it was amazing to have that equity available, the liquidity available so quickly. That basically covered almost all of my costs for closing a house. There was a little bit extra, but pretty much that covered most of the costs that we needed to close the house. So it was great, big help. hmm
I love it. I love it. So, no, you just said all of it in one. Amazing. What would you say to people who are on the fence? Because obviously, this is for a lot of our clients, it's a remote process. They don't like,
Hmm.
we obviously go see the property, we inspect it with our general contractors, our inspectors. But
Yep.
for you, what made you trust us in regards to us visiting the property, like in the whole like rehab process, like, and the whole trust overall? Because obviously, yeah, there's raising the
Mhm.
capital at
Yeah.
0%. There was the fix and flip. Like, what made you
Yeah.
kind of trust our group compared to
Yeah,
other
well, I think one thing that really built trust right away for us was because we knew that the GWP company had a vested interest for us to succeed because
Yeah.
we actually have structured an agreement for some profit sharing. So whenever the house sells, we'll share some profit. And the good thing about that is that the company has a vested interest. They're basically a partner and they want us to succeed. So every deal that the company GWP has helped to filter, to choose, to craft, these deals are very thoughtfully done so that there is enough of a gap, enough of a profit. If the purchase price is 300,000, for example, and the sale price is going to be 550,000, there's enough gap there to just to do the rehab, to cover the cost of financing, to sell the house and still make profit so that everyone wins
Closing
together.
costs,
Closing
realtor
costs,
fees, all
everything.
of that's
Yes.
included. Yeah.
Exactly. So it really is everyone's winning together with this community, with the deal structure. So I think when people do this on their own, A, it takes longer. B, there's more risk. C, they may have to spend more money out of their own pockets. And D, they might make mistakes.
Yeah,
So if you take all that away, investing in GWP is so worthwhile because you get the education, you get the network, you get the guidance throughout, and you yourself, will actually have lower risk, especially if you're remote. You'll have lower risk because you have a team there on the ground working on your project and helping oversee your project as well.
exactly.
So I think the path to success is so much faster with GWP. It's so much safer, and you make your money back on the first deal. So it's a very smart investment, and you have to realize that you're not just investing into one project. You're investing into your network, into your knowledge, into your skill set, and this skill set can be used for the rest of your life. It can be passed on to friends and family. So it's a very unique way of thinking and a unique way of problem solving, a unique way of doing real estate. But of course, it's best still to work with GWP for their deals because when the GWP group finds a property, they vetted it and you know it's safe. I tried to find some houses on auction and they were actually very risky. Had I bought some of those houses, I probably would have lost money. I probably would have been dealing with foundation problems and a lot of stress.
Yeah,
But GWP is really smart because they only take houses that are structurally sound, that have been inspected thoroughly, and
yeah,
that there's enough of a small enough repair that the risk is low, that the rehab is doable, and that there's enough room for profit. So I think there's something special about having the group's eyes on your house. If you do it on your own, you take more risk, it takes longer, and you won't make as much money either. Mhm.
exactly. I mean, we've got the experience of over 1,500 flips. I mean, we got the solid one of the like world-class underwriters on our team, like over a team of 5+ underwriters, like reviewing each deal every single day. And for clients sending their own deals, we reviewed them. So as you've
Yeah.
seen, and we're helping throughout the whole process. But
Mhm.
Surab, let's just end it with that because I mean, yeah, thank you so much for being such a great client, and the communication was always great. Like we've always like worked well, and I'm excited for more deals in the future. I know you're
Of
selling
course.
your properties right now. You're moving to a next property soon, so
Yes,
excited for what's to come this year. And then, guys,
exactly.
thank you so much for listening. Any final thoughts, around before we end off?
No, I think the main thing is that when I look back at the way I thought about real estate back then,
Yeah,
I would have held myself back. If I did it on my own, I would have held myself back. So at first we were a bit hesitant and we weren't
yeah,
sure, but now I've literally met the entire team at GWP. They're real, they're legitimate people, they're legitimate business people. Their network is legitimate, their lenders are legitimate. We've actually closed the deal and got funded, over 300K in a matter of like 1 to 2 weeks. So
yeah.
everything is real. It's proven itself. For those who are on the fence, I highly recommend that take that small risk because it will pay off. It's better than the market. Real estate, in my opinion, is a lot better than the market because you have more control. But it's only better than the market if you do it successfully.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it effectively, if you make mistakes, if you take on risky properties, you can lose money. So having mentorship, having guidance, having a strong underwriting team can really increase your success, like
Exactly.
GW
No,
offers.
nothing's guaranteed,
Mm.
like anything in life, but it gets you
Yes.
closer to the finish line and building wealth with real estate. And
Yep.
I mean, the timeline 4 to 6 months, like nothing really beats a fix and flips in terms of those quick returns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, easy
Yeah.
course appreciation on property. So,
Yeah.
but that's enough for today, guys. That was a great Surab coming in from
Yeah.
California. Revisit
Mhm.
us soon in Florida for some more funding shortly. But thanks so much for listening. And Surab, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Appreciate you all, Britton. Thank you all. Yeah, good to see you all. Cheers.
Bye for now.